Hi everyone, for tonight's Nightcap and review, I'm having a soda, and tonight I'll be discussing Deviant King by Rina Kent. I did download this off of KU, and of course I'm giving my honest opinion. These are the highlights and the content warnings. And my rating for this book is a 4.5, so what's it about? So this book is about Elsa, who has done her best the last couple years to ignore the bullies at her school, but now it's her final year and her plan is simple: finish Royal Elite School so she can get into her dream college and put it all behind her. But while that may be her plan, it seems like Aiden, who from the first moment he spoke to her saying he was going to destroy her, has a different set of plans. Now, while he may be the quiet one of his little group, there is a darkness about him that lets you know he is not to be messed with. So instead of keeping her head down and doing her best to stay invisible, she ends up challenging him, and now she's about to pay the price for it. Because while being hated by him was dangerous enough, being wanted by him may be fatal to her. So what are my thoughts? Again, I'm giving this a 4.5. Now, this is the sweet spot for me once again, a dark bully romance in a school setting. So I could not put this book down. I absolutely loved it, and I was able to finish it in a day. Now, I loved how obsessive and possessive Aiden was, but it wasn't quite in your face at the start of the book, but then you find some things out later in the book, and you're like, oh, shit. Like, I loved how Rina would describe his changing eyes and his reactions when Elsa was up close to him, because that lets you know that this man was absolutely gone for her and maybe a little unhinged, and I absolutely loved it. It is always the quiet ones, I am telling you. Now, I don't know if there's going to be books on the other MCs in his little group. I am just starting my Rina Kent journey, but I honestly don't know how she's going to top Aiden. He is absolutely my favorite so far, though Zayden might give him a run for his money, but it's going to be a tight race, I'm telling you. Now, I do know the next book continues the story of Elsa and Aiden, because this book ends on a crazy cliffhanger that makes you question whether or not the motives behind Aiden and his obsession and possession or possessiveness around Elsa is because he's gone for her, which I totally believe 100%, or if there are other motivations at play or other people at play. So I am definitely curious to see that play out in the next book. Now, when it comes to Elsa, I really enjoyed her as a character. Do not mistake her as a meek person, because yes, she put up with these people's bullying and bullshit for the last couple of years, but finally she's had enough with these power hungry people and pushes back. And there could be real consequences, because they don't just have power in the school, their families have power outside the school, and that power actually has the ability to affect her family in a really negative way. But finally she just couldn't take their BS anymore. So I fully appreciated her as a character, and I'm really curious about her childhood and how it ties to Aiden. So I'm definitely excited for the next book. Now, overall, I really enjoyed this book. I plan to continue the series, but I will say I have personal beef with the aunt. I don't know what her reasoning is for all this food monitoring. Maybe there's a reason later on in the other books, but she needs to let Elsa have some goddamn ice cream. Like, I'm about to break in some ice cream into that house and just give it to Elsa. She just needs some. I'm sorry. It's a personal beef. Overall, again, I really enjoyed this. I can't wait to continue the series, and I hope everyone has a good night and happy readings.